Oh? I didn't think I would see you here.
Yeah, Zhongli, hello.
Are these two your friends?
Yes, we had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair, and a pleasure to be around.
We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
First Mora? Wait, what? Paimon, this is your line. So it turns out that Paimon's voice was bugged for the whole quest, and I sort of tried to do her voiceover. I regret it. So if you click off this video, I don't blame you.
As everyone knows, the Lord of Geo taught the ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting, creating goods that allowed them to develop trade with the early nations of that time. Today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Teyvat. The world's very first Mora should have been cast by the hands of the Lord of Geo himself thousands of years ago.
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of unique historical significance has been passed down secretly through the years as a kind of token.
No. My research indicates that the first Mora coin is not such a simple thing. Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, Mora is used in the mystic arts for its curious properties of weapon enhancement. The world's first Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power. My next historical treatise will boldly expound on the newest findings from my intense decade-long research. That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original Mora as a catalyst to enhance a dagger and a sword.
Interesting. Paimon, no. This is so sad.
The one who finds the dagger shall become supreme in Liyue, and the one who finds the sword may be crowned Liyue's sovereign.
I can't say I agree. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis. As for its fate, the same as all Mora, I suspect. It was simply spent somewhere.
Enough! Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
Bruh. Little does he know.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology. Can we find somewhere quiet to chat? I mean, if it's okay with you.
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us? Perhaps they could be of some help.
I'm just here for a good story. Nah, what I'm really here is for Zhongli. That's all that matters.
Your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and acting of the others. You remain objective. Do you think that all the gods that the Geo Archon killed were evil?
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So any gods he killed certainly must have broken some kind of contract.
Right, the Lord of Geo want to kill the innocent.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt. The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god, but she encountered Morax one day in battle.
What's next, God of Pepper?
Morax used a rather underhanded trick to assassinate her.
This bit of history is a long story. But you may not like the truth when you hear it.
Oh!
Over here, Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you. So you're over here all this time.
What do you want? Spit it out.
Put your weapon down and stay back, otherwise Paimon's reporting you to the middle.
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya. I'm not here for trouble. I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhongli with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a handsome amount to hire Zhongli as my own consultant while I'm in town.
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, yes?
What should we do?
Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A consultant of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor must respect their duty.
Wait, if you are studying archaeology, can I go too? I am also a scholar in this field, so I can help.
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too.
Why? If Zhongli goes, I go.
This is wait. This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group. That's too many people.
Paimon, leave, Paimon, leave.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one. It will surely be of great help to us.
Yes, I do. Big facts.
If my friend espies a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
Yeah, just press one button.
Hey, Paimon's good at that.
Well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the Overlord of the Vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, perhaps something of interest was washed ashore. This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything valuable here?
Guyun Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be, if you wish to learn about the gods or the history of the Archon War. Legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the Overlord of the Vortex. After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now.
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very strong in its own right.
Indeed. This is where the value lies in research at Guyun Stone Forest. Most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But the gigantic waves created by the Overlord of the Vortex have given those sunken objects a chance to see the light of day again.
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to get very, very rich. Rich with archaeological knowledge and historical value, yes? That's all I seek in life.
Sure.
Well, since we brought so many people, I think it would be best to split up and look.
Okay then. I will go with my friend here.
Yes.
Although I have a smattering of knowledge in various disciplines, when it comes to archaeology, I can't compete with the expert here.
Don't worry, Zhongli, come with me.
Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you so surprised?
I get it.
Dang.
I'll escort him then.
On-site beef.
Okay. If we find anything valuable or rare, let's meet on the shore opposite from here.
Ooh. Satisfying.
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you good for?
Jesus, this guy.
We all have our areas of expertise. I already tried very hard to explain.
Stop arguing. What in the world happened?
The crab.
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. I even know more than her.
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange?
It is a bit strange.
And you kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
I mean, isn't measuring their value in Mora the easiest way? This also matches the traditions of Liyue, does it not?
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were able to bring back some intriguing objects. Let's have a look. This stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint aura of divine power. Perhaps it will be useful for research purposes.
At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of the gods, yes! This is good. Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to cover the cost of hiring you. It's all mine.
That quick?
My quest to uncover the history of the god of salt is because history can tell us about culture and beliefs. But you're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear, if I'm lying, may the Lord of Geo strike me down.
Come on, strike me down!
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to sell that teacup.
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chamber.
Oh.
So unless you want to mess with the Qixing...
That's right.
Ah, I see. What a shame. It was of such high quality, too.
See? You do want to sell these objects!
What? So what? Why can't I pursue wealth both intellectual and material? Don't be so simple-minded. All right then. No need to stay here any longer. I'm rather quite intrigued by the God of Salt too, actually. Let's go to Saltarai next.
You know, since we're on the topic of salt, I'd say this guy's pretty salty. I'm sorry.
According to legend, the people of the god of salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her protection. But this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things left here.
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of salt, which is actually how the area originally got its name of Saltarai. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. Nobody has been able to break the seal.
That sounds like something Mona can do.
The god of salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of shameful secrets to hide. So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possibly her killer, Morax.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the God of Salt lie within this ruin, just waiting for someone to find them, right?
Yeah, this guy's just here for the money.
This seal seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr. Zhongli may not know all of its secrets.
I may know something about it.
What?
Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so, follow me then. Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed.
There he goes.
When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany me. But when we lit up all the elemental monuments, nothing happened.
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time, but in a certain order as well. Otherwise, the seal will not be broken. Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life.
Wait, okay,
Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
Okay, south, east, west, north. South, east, west, and north. Yes!
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw at Guyanstone Forest.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter, with only one object permitted per claim. To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure. This will just be between you all.
I won't take any either.
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur archaeologist? No, absolutely not.
Get your Fatui booty out of here then.
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind by the god of salt. I can't accept this.
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant on this expedition. You will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this ruin, as well as traps.
Ooh. Now will you guys cooperate?
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even half of the treasure in the long-sealed ruin of the God of Salt should be enough to make a fortune.
He's gonna get smited, just watch.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. I just have one request, Mr. Zhongli. If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it fairly, even if the truth harms Morax's image.
I can accept this arrangement. Well then, let's go.
Yes! I get to play as Zhongli! Let's go! How do I get up here?
Quake!
Wow, I'm stupid. Okay.
Look at this! It's filled halfway with salt.
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the God of Salt was a god lacking in treasures.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
Oh.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I claim this is mine. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it and make a fortune.
This guy's gonna be a salt dealer.
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow pursuit?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
Exactly.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than this rare find? Huh, just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers the earth. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper harvest of salt.
What? That's
Ooh.
even better than the salt chalice.
I got him.
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick? And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
While we're on the topic of useless people. Oh man.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you.
Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I...
Will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
I will have order.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
I hope you never become as greedy as him, Paimon.
Paimon likes more, but Paimon
Does it? No. Yep, which is why I like you, Paimon.
When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt.
Okay, that's enough. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Chising, Yinyuan Hall of the salt industry. During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and lost in the world. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. And its history is written as he wishes. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart.
Oh.
We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli? You must judge this history fairly.
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue. Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
This is a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt had to fight back. Fight back against the evil Morax. But sadly, she was defeated. The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the salt chalice and salt ruler. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the god of salt.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim one.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes. But the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take two relics at the same time.
This logic!
Okay, this sentence is way too long. I'm just gonna let you guys read it.
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then it is broken.
Yeah, pretty much. This is why I like Zhongli, because he never breaks promises.
No matter what, I must be faithful to her. Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
Alright, she's gonna get her kneecaps broken too.
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit a girl.
Yeah, that's true. If there's one thing my mom taught me, it's that.
As punishment, I will tell you the truth.
The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the seven.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
No. No! It can't be so.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the god of salt!
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick me!
Aw.
Hey! Hey!
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime.
Aw.
The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release. No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
Even if this is so, I can't! This must be a lie. A false history, all of it! Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
This is sad stuff.
Yikes! Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Gullion Forest?
Yep, let's go.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Gullion Forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming.
So what would you like us to do?
I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself. Someday we may all disappear. Therefore, I thought of you, traveler.
Guys, he thought of me, he thought of me.
You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Teyvat.
So he didn't just bring me along to find treasure. I want to see what this option says.
Well,
He laughed, he likes my jokes.
may you find treasure among the stars, even after you have left Teyvat. Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea. Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Gullion Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Oh, Sile, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume.
Whoa.
And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue.
So that's why the ocean tastes like salt.
My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate. I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
What will you do now?
That is a good question. In the past, I might have given you a most specific answer. But now... yes. I suppose I will continue in my role as a consultant at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next time I am seeking to preserve memories of Liyue's past?
I will, for sure. Definitely. Well, that's it, so take care.